This is a podcast called 25 Whistles, talking football, and they all wear a whistle. Yeah, it's stupid, but what did you expect? It's a podcast called 25 Whistles. 25 Whistles.
Presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings app. Use the code BobbySports to get in on the action. Blow it. He's fired up now.
Yeah.
Although he wears his glove. Although I just heard you say you're retiring your Cowboys watching glove.
I think so, because, I wore it when the Eagles beat the Cowboys, so I think I'm going to move on.
But what if the glove actually made the Cowboys play better?
You can look at it that way. It's just...
I would only retire it if it's a streak. If it's a 2-loss streak, I would then retire it.
2-loss?
Yeah, I don't know that I would retire something I felt passionate about because of one loss. Especially if it made them play better. Because we're talking logically here. That glove might have made them play better.
They did play all right. So
He couldn't even finish the sentence.
What do you mean?
Bobby.
He's trying?
Well, no, I have things that I have stopped, but I would never just stop wearing them after one loss.
And it's a package, because it's the football that Matt Overton gave me when we went to the Cowboys game last year, and the gloves. It's a whole package deal. So if I lose the gloves, I'm going to lose the football, and I don't really want to lose the football.
I think if you ever hit a 2-game skid, that's when you retire it.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
But I just won because that one, it could have actually just helped,
And it was against the Eagles. Good team.
Question, though. So this week, I don't even say anything, but do I take the glove?
Oh, yeah, you guys are going to the Cowboys game.
Yeah! Let's go!
Am I supposed to get you guys tickets?
What are you talking about? You said you got us tickets. You even said consider it a gift.
No, the gift was me paying for your hotels for the extra night.
Oh, my goodness. Kevin, please say something.
I think I do.
Reed, we're going to the scalp, guys.
No. Hold on. I think what I did, I've fallen asleep on this podcast while talking since then.
That is true. It was the same day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I messaged him and he said, "Yeah, I got you 4 tickets." So
okay,
you guys are good. I'll just give Mike. You know him.
Yeah.
Just say, "Hey, Bobby said he reached out." Just put him in your name. I don't think he knows I'm not coming, so I wouldn't even tell him.
Hold on. When you say Mike, let him know, you mean like there? Like show up to the gate and be like...
No, just text. Mike knows his number, has his contact.
Yeah, I'll hit him up.
Yeah.
I'm glad we brought this up now.
Yeah, me too.
No, I would have remembered. It's fine.
Show up at the stadium on Sunday.
We're in Dallas.
I just came from a school where there were kindergartners. Maybe they're 4-year-olds. We're not even in kindergarten, so pre-K, I don't know what it is. But they have a special guest day where once a year, each student brings in a special guest. And so I was asked to come be the special guest by not really the 4-year-old, but kind of the mom and the dad of the 4-year-old.
Sure.
And so I go, and it's Jake Owen's daughter, who's 4, and I go and I read the Stanley book, and the kids are into it, and we finish. They were actually really well behaved, which I was surprised by, because there were like a lot of them.
Yeah, good teachers.
And I didn't know how to react at the end, though, because 2 boys, probably 4, came up to me and they said, "Hey, your new name to us is Buttface."
What?
And I was like, "What?" And they were like, "Yeah, well, your new name's Buttface."
Oh, boy.
And I went, so I'm just, it reminds me of being young and them doing that to me, but in real time, same age. And I was like, "Yeah, but that's my real middle name anyway, so it doesn't make sense." They got so confused.
Ooh.
Oh, you got him, dude.
Flipped it
That
on
was
him.
Like
smart.
I went back in a time machine and taught those 4-year-olds a freaking lesson.
They're like, well, wait a minute. Our middle name's Buttface now?
Mine is. That really is my
Yeah,
middle
yours.
name. And they were so confused by that. So I just like to shout me out.
Good job, dude.
Really turning it on its head
Nice
there.
work.
Thank you very
a lot of
much.
practice. A lot of practice.
Coming up in a bit, we have SEC Network college basketball analyst Pat Bradley, who is, he was like all SEC. He made like almost 500 3-pointers in his career. He was lights out. And now he's an analyst for SEC Network.
You a big fan?
Yeah. And then we have Cincinnati head coach Scott Satterfield and defensive lineman Jowon Briggs coming up. So we got a real good show. And now let's get to the tittle tattle.
It's time for the stupidest name ever. It's the tittle tattle with Kickoff Kevin.
Which top 10 matchup are you most excited for this weekend? Michigan at Penn State or Ole Miss at Georgia?
Now, you got to know I'm a huge SEC guy, but I can't get enough Michigan.
You love that story.
That's the only thing taking
It's
over.
the greatest story. I can't get enough. I love it. And they've cleared Ryan Day in Ohio State. They were never in it for wrongdoing, but everybody's like, I bet they're involved. The NCAA has come out and said, Ohio State has nothing to do with this.
Love it.
Ohio State, the family members, they have nothing to do with this investigation. The NCAA is also, no, the Big Ten has told Michigan, we might punish you. And Michigan's like, due process, baby.
So, like, if comparison to like the American government, if the NCAA is the national government or the what is it called? Federal government, then the conference, the Big Ten, is
State.
like the state government.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, they're like taking fika out of stuff.
That makes sense.
Whatever that crap is. Michigan and Penn State. It's just so fun. I love a soap opera when I'm not the one. I love watching people on an airplane go crazy as long as the plane doesn't crash.
Right.
I love watching this when it's not my team. And it's nobody got hurt. Like nobody was like, well, speaking of Penn State, it wasn't like that kind of scandal with Sandusky where people really got hurt and their lives were just destroyed.
Yeah.
This is stealing signs, some guy going all spy kids on them with glasses. Awesome. So I'm excited for that game because I just need more Michigan. Like, to really watch, I think Georgia's just going to whoop Ole Miss.
I think so too.
But, man, Michigan and Penn State's going to be awesome. I like James Franklin at Penn State. I hope they win. But then if Michigan keeps winning, I'm happy too because let them go undefeated.
Yeah.
God, that's the greatest storyline ever.
Are Michigan fans embarrassed by this, or they kind of just whatever?
They're fighting it more than anything, as I would be. If it were Arkansas, I'd be like, yes, shut up. It's sign stealing. Everybody does it. Even though I really know that what we did is we used technology and sent people and broke the rules. So if I were a Michigan fan, that would be my narrative.
And as long as you keep winning, I feel like you can just keep riding that, right?
Yeah, but the story's going to get bigger if they keep winning. If they were to lose a couple, the story wouldn't be as big, but you'd also have lost a couple and you're not in play for the national championship.
Yeah. Ooh.
So
keep it going.
Let's
keep it going.
I mean, I
go,
saw
Michigan.
Dion saying like, you steal the signs. That's a great advantage and all, but like you still have to execute.
Yeah, but the deal is these coaches aren't going to say anything about other coaches for the most part because if they're not sign stealing, they're probably doing other crap that's illegal.
So you just don't say anything.
Yeah, you don't really, throw
that's
rocks.
true.
Gotcha.
You live in a glass
I
house.
didn't think about that.
That's true.
And you steal signs during a game, and that's all fine and legal. Great. If you can figure it out, awesome. But it's, again, sending people out, doing exactly what the NCAA says you can't do, which is having people go and scout pregame at other games.
Yeah.
Because everybody doesn't have the access to the same kind of staff. And also the dude's dressed up in Western Michigan gear on
So
their
funny.
sideline with the glasses that record. It's the greatest.
It just keeps getting
There
better.
needs to be a movie.
It's like a sketch show.
Yeah.
So Michigan, Penn State for sure. All right,
Okay.
next up.
Do you think Missouri is being disrespected as a 1-point dog at home versus Tennessee?
Nope. I was surprised it was even that close. And Missouri played Georgia pretty good. And Missouri's pretty good, but I think Tennessee's better. And I think Missouri probably shot its shot, blew its load, whatever you want to say.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, nice.
On playing because they played
Loud and
Georgia.
clear.
They played Georgia hard.
Wow, another one.
And so
He's on a roll.
no, they played them.
I got you.
That would be wild if they played them hard though. That'd be and everybody noticed. The whole team. They had like Viagra in the water. Like someone spiked the water with Viagra.
That'd be quite the sight.
I just have this picture in my head right now.
Every player has a boner. That would be wild. And someone would go, "You couldn't think this up, but I did." Wow. No, I think Missouri probably gets beat by a touchdown, but good for them. I like to see programs that are kind of known for not being great start to be pretty good. It takes a lot of consistency to be considered good. But I like old Drinkwitz, what he's doing up there in Missouri. He's an Arkansas guy, too.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Oh, Eli. All right, what else?
NFL here. Do you think the 2023 Steelers are just the Vikings from 2022?
That is a pretty good comparison because they have fewer yards than their opponents, and they've been outscored by their opponents overall, yet they have a winning record. It's kind of what the Vikings had happen to them last year. But I don't think the Steelers are as good as the Vikings were. I don't think that Kenny Pickett is as good of a quarterback. So I understand the similarities, but I'm going to go I don't care. How about that?
That's a
Hadn't thought about that.
You know,
good answer.
I'm going to go, I don't care. I don't think I thought that the Vikings might actually, I thought they could win a game or two in the playoffs last year. I don't feel like the Steelers can.
You're almost just waiting for them to drop, right?
Yes.
Because at least the Vikings were undefeated too.
And the Vikings were doing it in like miraculous fashion. It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
The Steelers are like,
It's ugly.
it's ugly. They play ugly football. There's nothing really dynamic about it. Unless Pickens gets the ball, and then when he doesn't get the ball, it's dynamic. When he's crying, he's not getting the ball. That's the only thing about them that's fun. All right, what else?
Did the NFL make a mistake by not flexing the Jets at Raiders game on Sunday night?
What a terrible game. Oh, my God. And they can flex, twice between weeks 5 and 10, right? Mm-hmm. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
How quickly can they make that change?
They could have made the change.
A week of.
A week of?
Yeah.
Wow.
They have flexed no games so far this season. They also can flex the later part of the season whenever they want. They can do 2 of them now up until 10, and then later in the season, they can flex every week if they want, right? 11 through 18 or whatever it is. So this is a terrible game.
I think they gambled on that one, though, a little bit.
But they could change it now. They could have changed it 2 days ago.
Sure, I know, but there's still the gamble
Well, no,
of
5 days ago. Yeah.
there's still the thought of like, hey, the Jets, I mean, they're kind of on a winning streak. I mean, they could.
They lost last week.
Yeah, but I mean, not terribly bad. I mean,
But they win it ugly because they don't have a quarterback.
right.
And the Raiders are all. Are you?
I
do you-
wouldn't
do you-
fight this fight. I just
Yeah.
wouldn't. They're 2 terrible teams to watch.
You work for the NFL?
I mean, no, and it was a terrible game. So the outcome was
And
terrible.
the game that they won the week before that was a terrible game too.
Awful.
Yeah.
And their defense is good, but how fun is defense to watch? It ain't.
No.
And then the Raiders. So here are the 2 storylines, but the storyline doesn't equal a good game. The storyline is Aaron Rodgers, I'm back in 6 weeks, kind of. You know, he's saying that. He's throwing the ball 50 yards. He's telling the guy. And I think he went on Pat McAfee's show. I was like, I could possibly be back in 6 weeks, which is wild. And that's a fun storyline. I love that.
Yeah.
Antonio Pierce, coaching the Raiders. That's cool. You know, last week he let all the practice squad players be on the sideline, fully dressed. He's like, they're part of the team too. They're doing all the work. You know, he comes in and there was all the drama with, him getting the job and the firing there and the Patriots and, you know, all that happened. But those are just storylines that don't mean the game's going to be fun. Because it's going to be an ugly game.
Yes.
And I just want to go back before this is over and readdress something I've said many times that I am judged on this exact podcast for saying sometimes. Don't let people hit the quarterback hard. Because you know what happens? You get games like this. You get games.
They didn't hit him that
It
hard.
doesn't matter. I'm talking generally.
Okay.
You get games where your starting quarterbacks are out.
How about the rule is don't play when you're over 40? Like, how about like, hey, man, maybe you should. How old is
Aaron Rodgers won an MVP 2 years ago.
Yeah,
though.
but I get it. But I mean, like, when you do get tapped, you could get hurt if you're over 40.
But I'm talking about in general. Even Garoppolo.
He's 39.
Aaron Rodgers is?
Fine.
Oh.
38.
Yeah, dang.
That's old,
He
man.
turns 40
Dude, I
actually
thought he
next
was like
month.
45.
That is
Yeah.
ancient
Yeah.
in football.
But you can't put that rule in, and it's not even the rule. He's not even breaking your
Nah, I
rule
know,
that
I
you
was
just made
I
up.
was just trying to throw something, see if it stuck.
Think of the teams that don't have quarterbacks, that are playing backup quarterbacks. The Falcons.
There's a lot.
Although the Falcons' backup's probably better than Ritter.
Vikings.
Vikings, the Giants now, the Rams now.
Browns.
Cardinals.
It sucks to watch a backup quarterback.
Yeah, there's not that many. Yeah, the games are kind of.
Yes, because there's so many backup. So when I'm like, don't hit the quarterback, you're like, that's football.
It is.
No,
It is, but it's entertainment too, and
that's what it is.
we're messing
first.
with it.
Yes, protect the quarterback so the games are better. That's all. That's Tittle Tattle. Thank you.
The stupidest name ever. It's the Tittle Tattle with Kickoff Kevin.
25 Whistles presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings app. Use the code BobbySports to get in on the action. All right, I'm building this parlay myself.
Why?
I'm just doing it by myself.
Wait, but we're the ones that got it right.
Oof.
You guys haven't nailed a college one in forever.
Yeah, it was my idea to go NFL,
Yeah.
which is kind of your weakness a little bit. So I shouldn't have done that.
I'm just going to win and get us back on track, and then we can start doing it again next week.
I like
Attaboy.
that. I like that.
I got confidence.
I'm just going to put it back on track. And I didn't pick games that were super easy. So they're all 3 money line games, but 2 of them are super close. I've got Oklahoma State they're -2. So, but it's a money line bet. Oklahoma State money line over UCF. And it's hard for me to go against UCF.
That's tough, man. That's one of our schools.
I just got to bet with my head,
Not your.
not my heart.
Got it.
Tennessee over Missouri. Tennessee's a 1-point favorite. But I'm going Tennessee money line over Missouri. And then I have the Washington money line over Utah. A little bigger spread there. But Oklahoma State, Tennessee, and Washington. Bet 3 money lines. This right here, I've never been more sure. Of all my sures, I was pretty sure there. I was very sure there. I'm kind of sure there. This is the most sure I've ever been.
Okay, I like it.
Let's go.
Put the saddle on the horse, ride it in.
And let's ride.
That's right, baby.
Oklahoma State, Tennessee, Washington. If you want to take the 25 Whistles parlay, check out DraftKings Sportsbook. New users, use the code BobbySports when you download the app. 21 and up in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. We'll do some college football stuff here and some NFL stuff here. Then we'll go to this. Now let's get to our interview with Cincinnati head coach Scott Satterfield. Coach Satterfield was most recently the head coach at Louisville before getting to Cincinnati. And now they're in the Big 12, and it's like, welcome to your new school, and it's time to go up a classification.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think they're feeling it a little bit right now, but he's such a good coach and has won everywhere he's been. I do expect them to bounce back. But yeah, it's like, hey, okay, you get to coach. Oh, you're the Big 12, sucker.
It's tough.
Yeah, so but you can follow. Coach Satterfield was so cool, so nice. Like normal.
Awesome.
But like a brain, like a scientist. Like, you can follow Coach on Twitter at Coach SATTUC, as in Sat University of Cincinnati. Coach SATTUC. Here's our sit down with Coach Satterfield.
Coach, this is a very interesting setup. Your office and the stadium is right in the middle of campus. I've never seen a stadium nestled into the campus like this before.
Yeah, it's incredible. First time I saw it as well, when I got hired in December, I was like, man, this is very, very cool. I couldn't wait to see a game in here. And fortunately, we had our first game. It was a sellout, and it's incredible.
What's the goal and what brought you to Cincinnati?
Yeah, I mean, I think, opportunity. I think, when I think about the administration, I think about our president here, I think about the things that they've done here at Cincinnati in the past and how good they've been. And then what we're investing in our program, $134 million new facility we're getting. We're just getting into the Big 12 now, so we're finally at the Power 5 level, which is, this school has been trying to do for years. So there's so many things that I think is on the up and up, and, I wanted to be a part of that.
Whenever recruits considering you guys, what is your reasoning as to why they should come to Cincinnati over other regionally same-size schools?
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's a unique. You talked about our stadium located right here in the middle of campus. It's a very vibrant campus. They're going to get the interaction with other students, which is awesome. You're also going to play football at a high level, and then you're going to play in front of a packed stadium. I think it's 14 consecutive sellouts now and a crazy student body. So the experience they're going to get here is going to be awesome. And on top of that, the education is really, really good. What they're going to get out of here with one of the best co-op programs throughout the country. So there's so many positives that we can sell, and it is, quite frankly, it's an easy sell once we get them on campus.
Are you a coach that never stops thinking about football all the time at all, or can you turn it off a little bit at night with family and a little bit in the summer?
Yeah, I think probably more in the summer. Obviously during the season, it's all football. I can't sleep at night because you're thinking about things we can do to make our program better. But during the summer, try to get away, play some golf. Just hanging out with family. I think you got to have that downtime. This job's too stressful. 7 days a week. Feel like it's 24 hours a day throughout the season. So you do have to have some downtime in the summer. Get away from it all.
What do you feel like schematically you brought that's different to this program that wasn't here the last few years?
Well, I mean, I think they've been very successful the last few years. Really known for defense. I think what offensively is what I've been associated with my whole career. Been that side of the ball. I think we're sitting here, I think 12th in the country in offense right now. So we're able to do some things with that and open it up a little bit more offensively. But I think overall, we still want to be a blue-collar physical team that Cincinnati's been known for many, many years. And, play with that chip on your shoulder, developmental players. You think about the Kelsey brothers, Sauce Gardner, guys that have come through here that made themselves into great players, and that's what we're going to continue to be known for.
If you were the head of officiating, what would you make as the rule if somebody fakes a hamstring and then they're back up real quick? What would you? Because that's stupid. I hate it. It's stupid.
I don't know. How do you know they're faking?
Well, because they're walking, and
Coach,
they're
you can
smiling, and they're
tell.
giving high fives.
You can tell.
And then a signal comes in, goes, and they go
They
down.
just fall.
Well, if they do that, then give them a 15-yard penalty. I think sometimes, like we had a game this a few weeks ago where our fans are booing the guy. I think it was from Oklahoma, and he actually was on the stretcher and then was on crutches at the end of the game, so he actually was hurt. And our fans were booing him. So I think there's a fine line there. But yeah, if they're doing what you're saying, then yeah, we need to give them a penalty.
Shouldn't, though, they have to be out for more than one play? Hurt or not hurt, if you go down and you're trying to stop the flow of the game, you're an offensive guy. It annoys me when they're trying to find ways to stop an offense from moving by doing things that aren't defensively a strategy. It's legal. That's legal.
No, I know. It's that could possibly be, but I mean, where do you draw the line? Is it 2 plays, 3 plays, 4? And sometimes guys are legitimately hurt and they need to come out for a couple of snaps, but it is aggravating.
A series. I say a series.
A series. Yeah, maybe come out for a series and then
a month.
And that a month.
The whole year.
But you know what? If we do that, then that'll deter them from getting hurt.
Then you have people playing hurt. They just won't come out. They're just dragging their leg behind them.
Yeah.
Coach, back to recruiting. If you thought about using Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift kind of as a, hey, guys, he could do it. You could also get a Taylor Swift.
It's just happened here in the last couple of weeks, So
you haven't thought about
we
that.
hadn't got our
haven't
thinking
printed
caps
it out in
on.
the literature yet.
I know they're selling jerseys. They're selling the Kelsey jerseys and the whatever they call Swifties, back. But it's a lot of great pub for Cincinnati and anything those guys do because they love Cincinnati and both of the Kelsey brothers. Their podcast is killing it, and Sauce Gardner as well. So there's a lot of great players that have come through here. But right now, that is the hottest topic going on in football.
I'm telling you, get on it, Coach.
I know.
Get on it.
Coach, as far as when moms and dads or grandmas or whomever the guardian is of the kid and you're with them and you're meeting them and they want to go play in the NFL, like what can you do for that kid and what can you tell those parents to make them feel good about sending them to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think, one thing you got to look at is history of the program. I know we just got here, but it's still history of the program. I think 16 players were drafted in the last 3 years out of Cincinnati, so you're going to get an opportunity. We're going to get scouts that are here every single practice. They're going to get looked at. If you do things right, obviously on the field, but then also off the field and taking care of your business, then you're going to get an opportunity to go to the next level. And I think that's what anybody wants. And if you have a track record for that, then you're going to get that opportunity. And we've had a track record of that over the years when I was at Louisville and App State as well, where guys are going on to that next level. But this place here really sets those guys up. I think because of the developmental program that we have, they're going to continue to get better and better and better. Play with a chip on your shoulder, and I think these NFL scouts, that's what they love about our kids.
When you recruit wide receivers, are you looking for still the traditional tall? Can be 6'3", 6'4", or will you give a shot now to more of these 5'6", 5'7" guys as long as they have a lot of speed?
Yeah, I like fast guys, and I think as long as they can make plays, I don't care what their size is. I think as we go recruiting, we're trying to find some guys that are your 6'3", 6'4", that play on the outside, as well as those little slot scat receivers that can fly. Tyreek Hill type player. But if you can play, you can play, and that's what I look for. I mean, I don't try to go into recruiting and say he's got to fit this certain category. I want football players, ballers. This guy can play ball, so let's find a spot for him. I think that's what we try to do more than anything at every position. Quite honestly.
Coach, say I live outside Chillicothe, Ohio, and I've got this kid. We don't have a football team in our high school, but I got a son who's really good. He's big. He's fast. You need him on the team. What's the easiest way a parent could get a hold of you and say, Coach, you need to look at my son?
He doesn't play football, though?
Well, he just doesn't play for the high school, so he'll never be noticed.
I know, but does he? If he doesn't play for the high school, where does he?
Maybe he's played high school in the backyard. He's just really good, or football in the backyard. He's just really good.
Well, if that's the case, he's going to have to come to camp.
Okay.
So we'll have a camp in the summertime. We have about 7 camps, and so we'll try to get these guys in. And we get requests. We get crazy requests, emails, and it finds its way to me and our staff. But what we try to do is just get them here, number one, and then we start finding their story out and say, okay, well, you need to come work out for us at camp. And then if those guys can play, we'll find a spot to get them on the team.
I don't understand the question.
What about tagging him on, Instagram?
No, he's never played football, though.
If he never played football, he's going to have a hard time probably making it on our team,
okay.
Now,
I'm saying you should
now other sports, like we've had guys that maybe played basketball and never really played football, and then we try to transition them over. Has
that ever worked with you?
Yeah, we've had a receiver that was in the band and was a basketball player and ended up playing NFL 7 years as a wideout.
Look at that, NFL.
Yeah.
But he was playing another sport. You're like, if the kid's never seen a shape of a football.
Not all high schools have football teams.
I thought the question could have been like a kid at a AA school who doesn't get
An attention.
Right
I
to
get
recruit.
that. I get that. I should have said that.
That's the
my
dumbest question
fault.
you ever been asked.
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, right.
all right.
I think it's one of the dumbest I've ever heard. Jeez. Coach, whenever you look back at Louisville and the color schemes are very similar. You'd have to change a lot of clothes.
Didn't have to change a whole lot.
The logo changed, but like you can still wear the same stuff.
We went from we were Adidas there, now we're Nike. I like the swoosh. Swoosh is a little bit better. So yeah, we had to change that as well. And as football coach, it's funny because wherever you go coach at, that's your closet. So it took a while to start getting accumulate the gear from here. But the color schemes were great. It's easier for my wife and kids. All
right, final 5 questions. I want to go to App State, which was, that was you twice. Playing and also coaching. And the biggest upset I've ever seen in my entire life, you were coaching it when you guys beat Michigan.
Yeah, 2007, September 1st. Incredible. We had just come off of 2 national championships at the Division I AA level at that time, FCS now, in 05 and 06. And we had a young team, but we go up to Michigan, and they had just come off a Rose Bowl. Great team, and somehow went up there and made a bunch of plays and won the game on a blocked field goal. It was incredible. It really changed Appalachian State forever at that point. Their admissions went through the roof.
People were going to school there because of the win?
Absolutely. Yeah, we went, and then the GPA to get into school, it was so hard to get into school. We had 16,000 applicants for 3,200 spots. And so they're going to take the highest GPAs, the 4.2s are coming in, and so it really grew our school and our enrollment. And and that you're talking about just a sport of football that did that for that school, and then it really hasn't slowed down and stopped since then. And we made the transition in 2013-14 to go to FBS football in the Sun Belt now, and to won a ton of games there at that point, and so changed the whole landscape of the college at App State because of that.
We need a statue of him. I'm going to start that. We need a statue of Coach at App State. That's all.
Are we going to make that?
I'll do plaster of Paris. You ever see that back in
Go
art
to Michael's
class?
and get something?
Did you feel like that you could actually win that game going up there? Did you feel like you matched up well with that team?
We did. We had a lot of speed, and I think the thing that worried us was being able to stop them. They had Mario Manningham, they had the quarterback that's still playing in the NFL, they had Jake Long at left tackle. These guys were NFL players, great players. And we ended up picking them off, I think, twice. They threw 2 picks in the game and kept us in it. And, it came down to the end. Our kids made enough plays. We made the field goal. And Corey Lynch actually blocked the field goal, who played in the NFL as well, played here for the Bengals. And, it was just one of those magical days. And, I get asked about it every September now.
It's the craziest upset I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Game-wise, the craziest play I think I've ever seen is the Auburn, Alabama field goal that didn't.
Unbelievable.
And we talked to Coach Malzahn too, and he was just like, I kept looking for a flag. After that block, were you looking for a flag, or were you just like, that's it, ball game?
No, I was up in the press box, and it was over. It was stunned, and then we just walked through the stands from the press box, and everybody really just standing there with their mouths open. What just happened?
Coach, what's it like to turn on the TV, turn on the radio, and these idiots are criticizing your game plan or all that? What do you just kind of laugh at that stuff, or sometimes they speculate on an injury and you don't even know what you're talking about?
Yeah, it gets frustrating at times, because people really they think they know, but they don't know, and we're sitting here, our coaching staff and our players, we're up here all the time drawing up plays and trying to figure out scheme to beat the opposing team, and then they criticize every play if it doesn't work, every single one of them, and then when it works, it was a great call. When it doesn't work, that was the worst call in the history of the game, and but so you just got to take it all in stride. You try not to listen to any of this stuff, and now more than ever, with social media, if you want to find something bad about you, just click on social media, and you'll find it.
Final 2 questions. Help me understand. I saw NFL team do it. I've seen a couple college teams do it. 4th and 1, and you're in shotgun, and you hand the ball to the running back 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I've seen it stop 3 times in the past week. I need help.
Yeah, that's a dilemma. I get asked this a lot too because we're a shotgun team. Although this year we have gone under center and gotten, I think, 4 first downs
for
under center.
6 inches.
Yeah, I know it. But they pack it. The thought is
spread the defensive line, but when they're
spread
not
them out a little
spread,
bit. When they're all up in there,
Yeah.
and you're back here handing it off, it makes it a little bit
no
more difficult.
momentum for the running back. He's just standing
That's
back there chilling.
That's right. Well, and then the other thought is, okay, well, if you have a running quarterback, well, okay, you can act like you're handing to the running back, and then the quarterback can go on the edge.
But nobody did that.
Yeah, I mean, I know it. And again, when it works, it's fine. But when it doesn't, that sucks. Like, what are you doing? So, yeah, you got to find a way to get a first down any which way you can. Do
you do the Jalen Hurts push?
We've done it. I think, like I said, 4 or 5 times this year, and we've gotten every one of them so far.
Let's just do that.
We got I think I saw it 5 times last week.
But I saw this weekend the teams trying to sneak it. They didn't get it. It didn't work. Now Philadelphia is unbelievable the way they do it. But teams have not mastered that like they have.
They don't have linemen like right here,
like you.
These quads right here. All right, final question, Coach. Do you have a play that you've drawn up that you one day want to run, like a super secret trick play that you haven't? You don't have to tell us what it is, but that you haven't done that you're waiting on.
Yeah, we actually do. We have one right now. That I thought maybe we were going to run it last week, didn't. So we got it on the shelf, but we're going to pull it out at some point this year. We will run it. I've never run this play. I feel certain it'll work.
What's the name of it? Without saying what formation it's in, just give us a nick.
Firebird.
I like that.
We know what
that's already going to work.
Yeah, we know that one for sure. I like it when he does the somersault. This one throw him off.
The backwards somersault.
Did you ever do the play where the player would come off to the side and like, you're a jerk, and then he takes off running as a wide receiver?
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
I've seen that work high school level and college. And
there's no question because bad eye control. They think they're coming off or whatever, and they relax, and all of a sudden, touchdown.
Dang.
Coach, where does the Firebird come from? Like in the shower? Where are you thinking of that?
Oh, why we call it that?
No. When you actually come up with a play.
This play?
Yeah, where are you thinking about? In the car?
I mean, it could be anywhere. Yeah, laying in 3 a.m. when you're not sleeping, or maybe you saw somebody else do something similar. Like, okay, well let's tweak it a little bit, and then let's do that.
Will you let us know when you do Firebird?
Yeah, we'll let you. Yeah, absolutely. I'll send you the clip.
That was for you, Bobby.
This is what, and we'll wrap this here. But after you run Firebird, and once it works,
come on.
If you'll just draw it up on a piece of paper and sign it and send it to me, I'll frame that and be like, I knew about Firebird.
We'll do it.
That's for him, Coach. For me, can you find a camera and be like,
no. To all the kids who've never played football.
Just do that.
Coach, congratulations on all your success, your sustained success. I mean, if I would hire you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. One day I may need you to.
I was looking at just how you've been able to build programs.
You mean you want them on the radio show?
No, I mean anything.
Okay.
Like you look at if I were a mom or a dad or a grandma or whomever, I would look at you as a guy or a coach who goes in and changes the course, the foundation of a program, because you've done that everywhere that you've been. And I'm excited to see Cincinnati, which, by the way, taking a step up at the same time. You came here and now they're in the Big 12. So congratulations on everything, and just a big fan of you in the program.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Firebird for life.
Let's go.
Firebird, baby.
Firebird.
Now, this is our interview with Cincinnati defensive lineman Jowon Briggs. Jowon, team captain. He's married. He's got 3 kids. He was an Under Armour All-American in high school, is a really great singer. Watch him sing on like CBS Daytime.
It's pretty amazing.
When he sings, yeah. So here we go. Jowon Briggs. Follow him, Jowon Briggs. Here he is, Jowon Briggs.
You're like one of the warmest football players I've ever met. Yeah. Like as soon as you see him, you're like, you want to be his friend. But then, is there a switch you flip when it's time to play defense? Like, where does the beast come out?
I'd say it's, and this is funny because I use this term to describe Coach Sat. Actually, it's kind of like controlled intensity. So where I might not be fuming necessarily, as soon as I step and put my hands on somebody, you'll know that I'm not as calm as you think.
What do you play for?
Family. That's just the number one thing. I think it's a chip on the shoulder, and it's also a motivator. A lot of guys have a lot of goals and a lot of wants, but it's different when you have something you actually need to do and some people you actually need to provide for.
Now, I've been married for a couple of years only. We don't have any kids. You do have kids. Mm-hmm. So why should I have a kid?
I say it's one of the most fulfilling things you could have. One way I look at it is, just being able to understand that you made something unique that literally can't be remade in any way, no matter what, even if you have another kid. It's just the uniqueness of it, and then just the opportunities. I'm just interested to see how it happens with them.
Well, Jowon, it was really.
Are you leaving your helmet on for the whole interview again?
He doesn't really know how to have a baby, so.
Well, no. I don't want to know that. No, I'm good. I don't need that part.
I didn't know that part.
Now I feel weird, man. So your kids can come to the game.
Yeah.
Do they know what Dad does though?
They know.
Like 2 and younger, right?
Yeah. So my son understands the football part, but. My daughter, she's just here for the loud noise, and then my youngest son,
That's why I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm just here for the loud noise too.
He's just along for the ride. So, other than that, it's all pretty interesting. He's getting to understand sports So it's pretty fun to see.
You're so well-rounded, and I've seen you sing. You're a freaking great singer, and we work in music and have worked all different formats, and we sing in a band ourselves. But it's like you're different. Like you're an athlete, you're a great singer. Why are you so well-rounded? Who and what were you exposed to that made you even have curiosity about these other elements?
So I say it starts with my family, first of all. So my parents, their parents, they were all like musicians in their own right, singing, playing different instruments. Then I have 4 older sisters that were all musicians. Then I kind of got the trickle-down effect, I'd say. And then also to add on to that, my dad would kind of always tell me, and it might sound bad, but it's good. It's some good, tough love that I appreciate now. He would always say, enough is not enough. So that kind of instilled in me the fact that I'd like to be an eclectic person. I like to kind of try to do as much things as I can. And, if I'm bad at something, then I'm bad at it, but at least I tried out to do it.
How do you do college life? You got a family, man, you're a football player. Do you enjoy college life? Do you get to go to parties or anything?
Nah, so I actually do enjoy college. Funnily enough, a lot of guys just think I'm just kind of, the boring dad. But yeah, I have a lot of fun around here. I'm actually in my fraternity as well, so I have a lot of events that we do with them. And then a lot of times just hanging out with the D-line, kicking it, shooting the breeze. And, when I have off days and, I make sure the kids are asleep, of course, but past 8 o'clock on a weekend, coming off a fresh win, nice step out, have some fun, but I mean, it's obviously nothing too crazy because, you got to come back home and take care of those things at about 7 o'clock in the morning.
When you're down, you're playing D-line in a game, are you just shooting for a gap and just hoping that you hit something in your gap, or is your head up and you're looking for, your angle is so difficult I'm not flexible at all, not much of an athlete anymore, but it's I just feel like I would just push forward and beg. What are you looking for?
So the first thing I would say, even before I get in the stance, I look at the formation. And then a lot of times, as much as if you study enough, you see a formation that you've studied, you'll know where the play is going. So if the running back is away from me, I'll say, well, dang, the play is probably coming this way. That offensive lineman is probably going to step my way. So depending on what I have to do on that play, whether it go forward, go to the left, or go to the right, I can then put myself in a good position that way. So say I know the running back is on the right, that means the O-line is coming to the left. I'm on the left side, so they're coming to me.
So you'll just go forward and just expect them to you to be in the right spot, or will your head be up and your eyes looking for the ball?
Oh no, my head's up. So I'll go and strike the O-line coming to me. That way I have control of my gap, I have control of my man, and I'll have some good leverage. Then once the ball finally commits and comes my way, or it goes that way, I can finally just get rid of the guy and then make a play on the ball.
What's the timing on, if you can't get to the quarterback, do you wait and jump when he throws? So you feel like, I know I'm not gonna be able to get to him in time. Will you take a step back and wait and try to time it?
Oh, no. That's
of course not.
No.
Yeah, no. I didn't mean that. That's a stupid question.
I think that's one of the things people get misunderstood, because a lot of O-linemen are nice, but I'm telling you, if you go against a gritty O-lineman and you run and then you wait and jump, that guy is gonna punch you right in the chest while you're in the air, whoosh, put you right down. You might not want to get back up again. So the best thing my coach always says is just run towards him and match hands. So match his throwing hand, just try to get your hand up in the way, so it kind of acts as a disruptor.
When you've got the open gap and you see the quarterback, are you feeling like, it's time?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But you got to keep your head on the swivel, though. It might be a trap play or it might be a screen. So, in those instances, the whole lineman
screens.
They'll just let you run right through.
Those defensive linemen are dummies on Madden. Because I've run a halfback screen. Defensive lineman I'm going to get the quarterback. Wham!
You're talking about real life,
I'm talking Madden, though, bro. It's awesome.
You sneak right through. You think you're scot-free. Next thing you know, you look back, it's a freaking 50-yard game on the screen.
What about offsides? Every time you're watching your team, you're like, oh, God, come on, guys. How easy is it to jump offsides?
I'd be honest with you. It's kind of pretty easy to do. It's easy to jump, and then it's easy to line up offsides too. Because if your helmet is slightly breaking over, offsides, right?
Are you listening to a count, or are you watching the ball?
So it all comes with film too. I prefer to just watch the movement of the person in front of me. So I'll watch that. Some guys, if you're right over the ball, you can watch the ball. But, if you watch enough tape and then you see the tendencies of the quarterback, you'll be able to guess the snap count as well and be able to get a jump on that.
5-year, 10-year, 20-year goals?
5-year goal. It's pretty much all the same for me. And I said this when I was in high school. It's pretty much make a nice, decent-sized amount of income to where I can live comfortably for the remainder of my working life. So until I'm 65, and then I can retire.
Doing what?
My degree is basically based in computer science. So probably working in computer science, maybe doing some research. I'd obviously love to pursue music, but I'd like to. I don't know if I have the kahunas to dive all the way into music.
I don't know what
like
kahunas
that.
means to you, but you definitely got the voice to do that. What about football?
I mean, football, yeah, that's for sure. So, just having a sizable income, I mean, that could be a pretty damn big sizable income right there. So we'll see what happens after this year and see how I do and, see where I place myself in April. But, my goals pretty much stay the same. Just make sure I have a nice amount of income to be able to provide and live comfortably.
Last question for you. What do you want your kids to know about their dad?
I want them to know that he's eclectic and that he loves them very much.
And he's warm. And it's like, I want to be his best friend. Like, I've known him for like 20 minutes, and it's like, I want to have a picnic right here. Group hug, for sure, group hug. Come on, there he is. Let's go. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
That's awesome.
It was fun, for sure.
All right, who are the pretenders? Who are the contenders? We are more than halfway through the NFL season, but DraftKings Sportsbook is still pumping out unbeatable offers every single game. New customers can bet just $5 on anything to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Get in on the football action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the app now. Use that code BobbySports. Put that in for us, please. Please. New customers can bet just $5 on anything to get $200 instantly in bonus bets only at DraftKings Sportsbook with the code BobbySports. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or www.1800gambler.net. In New York, 877-8-HOPE and wire text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort Kansas, licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles, Louisiana, 21 and up, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/football. Terms for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. I do want to talk college basketball for a second. Pat Bradley, SEC Network, all SEC in 97 and 98. He's got like 1 million three-pointers. I think almost 500, almost 600. I forget the exact number, but I like that, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but what is it?
I think it's 400.
So almost 5, it was right at almost 500, yeah. Think about that.
That's amazing.
I can't hit one.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Give me 20 shots, I'll hit one.
Keep up with Pat's give me 600. Might hit one.
Make one.
Give me, you keep up with Pat's analysis this basketball season by following him on Twitter and Instagram at Pat Bradley22. Here he is from SEC Network, Pat Bradley. Hey, Pat, what's up, buddy?
Bob, hey, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Good. A little disappointed. I was watching Baylor and Auburn, and I'll just be honest, I bet a bunch of money on Auburn. And it was like Baylor just hung around long enough to like 4 minutes left in the second half and then just took over. Do we expect Auburn to not be that good this year?
Well, they brought back a big man, Janai Broom, who is a heck of a player, and they're looking for the next guy to be able to take control of their offense. Typically, Bruce Pearl's teams have a strong backcourt, a strong, creative, experienced guard. This year, he's got a kid. He's a freshman, Aiden Holloway, as you saw last night. Actually, it was a couple good freshmen. The kid Walton for Baylor is a heck of a player. But I think with Auburn, they're athletic, they're energetic, great effort. They like to get out and run. They got a lot of depth. So depth and defense, as Coach Fran Fraschilla called it last night, I think that's going to be the calling card. So Auburn is and will always be a tough out. That was a great opening night game for Bruce Pearl and Scott Drew. You see not a lot of coaches want to engage in that type of a game, but I think it's a great learning experience. Now, it goes a long way in terms of, when you start putting together your resume at NCAA tournament, you're like, well, we got a big win against Auburn or Baylor. So these are important games. They really are early on. But also you can take that and it's a great measurement of where your team is at. So it's not a lot of teams like to do that. So I tip my cap to those guys because even they got Bobby Bones on a Tuesday night watching games in November.
Yeah, because betting
when
on
you're usually preparing for football.
Hey, I hear you, but I was betting on it. So and also I'll just bet the SEC if it's and Baylor. To me, I guess I just feel like they're not the Baylor of the last few years, and so I thought here's Auburn, who's always tough. And here's Baylor. I don't know. I think they were ranked like 20th. Maybe they're ranked 20th before the new rankings come out. Is Baylor better than we thought? Or is just Auburn just so young it's going to take them a second?
I think there's two things. So Baylor had an incredible turnover as well, and I think they brought back just one starter from last year, and that program, Scott Drew, what they've been excellent at. He's always been good at transfer portal stuff, but he's also been really good at getting guys in the program and being able to develop them. So this was a whole new aspect for him as well. And Baylor's got great depth too. So both teams sort of are in that transition period, but that's college basketball. That is college basketball right now, is how do you manage a new roster? Most teams have all new rosters. The ones who don't have a new roster, Tennessee, Michigan State, Purdue, and you see those are the teams that are projected to go deep in the tournament. But I think both Baylor and Auburn were in similar situations where they had one or two guys from previous seasons come in. Both had a stud freshman to come in, and both played really well last night, Walton and Holloway. But that's just the state of how you have to be prepared to coach in college basketball now.
I was hanging out with a guy who's a massive Kentucky fan when I was in California. So we kind of had this bond. He had a Kentucky shirt on, and he was like, "Aren't you a big Arkansas fan?" So we're hanging out, and he said, "This is our year." But I kind of feel like Kentucky fans are like Dallas Cowboy fans, where every year is their year. But Calipari can't even win in the tournament. It's been a really bad run. Is there any chance, one, that Calipari isn't there after this year if they don't have some postseason success? And then two, is it their year?
Well, it is their year every year because they have the ability. Again, college sports, different with the NFL salary cap, college sports, you can bring in 5 stars. Think of Nick Saban. He's got 5 stars backing up 5 stars, okay? That's the kind of depth he has, and that's what college sports allows you to do. But with Kentucky, yes, I understand that Coach Cal and the expectations of Kentucky is Final Four, compete. They're competing for a national championship every year, but you got to get to the Final Four or every couple years. But you consider, the year COVID hit, they had a legit chance, legit roster to go to the national championship, win a national championship game. You take that away from him. Next year comes in, it's a whole new roster for him. He's got young guys. Those guys did not take well to the everything that was changed during that COVID year. It was tough to practice. They don't make the tournament. Then what happens is the next year, you look back at a couple years ago, they lose to that St. Peter's team. So I'm not giving excuses, but they were a 2 seed when they lost to 15 seed St. Peter's. Again, you shouldn't lose that game, but you're a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. That means you're a top, that's a top 8 right there. So I look at this year's team. They got the number 1 recruiting class. They've got, 4 or 5 NBA guys, very young NBA guys on their team, okay? So they have a chance. The 2 most important guys for Kentucky this year are going to be the shooter that they brought back, Antonio Reeves, and a transfer, Trey Mitchell, who's a 4th, 5th year college basketball guy. Those veteran guys have got to figure out how to work with the young guys because, as you know, there is no way to gain experience unless you go through it. And so those guys have got to help the youngins who are very talented get ready for the SEC play, which is the SEC from top to bottom is probably the deepest and toughest league from top to bottom. Now, they don't have as many, Duke is a national championship finalist, Purdue, Kansas, Michigan State, Tennessee you can throw in there, Arkansas after what people have seen recently from them. So, but I think top to bottom, the SEC is the toughest.
Is Tennessee, in your mind, the best team in the SEC?
So it's like 1A, B, and C. Tennessee, people forget about Texas A&M and Arkansas. But Tennessee, they are always going to be top 3 in the country in defense, always. And what does that give you? You are in every game. You have a chance to compete in every game. It's not like some teams who are just average defensively because now the opposing team can score whenever they want. Now it all just depends on, can we make buckets? Tennessee, because they're so good defensively, they're going to be able to control part of the game. The issue with them is they've been inconsistent offensively. Coach Rick Barnes goes out, he recruits a couple of great scorers and great shooters. That's what everybody wants to do. That's the beauty of the transfer portal. We can go free agency, grab a shooter. We need somebody who can run the team. The question is, can these guys transition in their first year to making shots, scoring, and be consistent? Tennessee, they've got the roster for it. It's just the production side of it. We saw last year they had some big offensive games, and then sometimes it went kaput, nowhere. They couldn't make a bucket. So it would just be consistency in offense, and they're as good as anyone in the country.
Do you feel like Rick Barnes has a bit of the Kentucky's new association with, they just aren't doing it at the end? Because Rick Barnes, he's known to put great teams in the tournament, and then they tend to peter out. Although recently, maybe not as bad as it used to be, but do you think he still has that kind of monkey on his back?
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. Obviously, and the reason why that is a discussion is because he is consistently either winning the league or coming in the top 2 in the league. So he's always there consistently throughout the season. They're there. But the tournament is a different animal. It's like, as college basketball fans and as a fan of sports, we love March Madness, right? There is nothing like March Madness, nothing. However, with March Madness, you lose the accomplishments of the regular season. You forget that Tennessee wins the league, and if they lose by one possession in the second round, then it's like, that season wasn't worth anything. But that's really not the truth. But you're right, and I think a lot of it has to do with Tennessee, and they build. Obviously, defensively, he's going to teach, he's going to coach. They're going to give you that. I just think when they do have the tendency to have an off night offensively, that is what bites them. And it's just going to be one bad night on offense in the tournament, Bobby. I don't care who you're playing. One bad offensive night, and you're done. You're knocked out. Season's over. That's what's dangerous about the tournament.
When you were playing and you made almost 400 3-pointers at the collegiate level, did you ever have a night? I want two versions that it seemed like the rim was 10 feet wide and you felt like you just couldn't miss, like one of those in the zone nights. And did you ever have one where, like, what is your worst shooting night that you can remember?
So I can answer this in one game. So coincidentally, or ironically, I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, I made the most threes I ever made in a game. I made 10 in one game. And in that same game, I missed the most threes I ever missed in a game, which was 14. I went 10 of 24 in one game. Now, most teams, you look at the box scores from last night, most teams aren't shooting that many from three, even in today's game. But Coach Nolan Richardson had gotten ejected in the first half, which then gave me the green light to just fire away. And we were playing, the team we were playing packed in the zone because we were a lot more athletic than them. So I just keep chunking it up. So to answer your question, it was both. It was the same game. It was like I was failing it. And then, I'd miss 4 in a row, and then I'd make 4 in a row. And then I missed 5 in a row. Then I missed 3, and then make 3 in a row. So the same night, it was my riches, and it was the best shooting night and the worst shooting night.
Shooters shoot, obviously. Do you ever miss 4, 5, or 6 and be like, man, I just don't have it? Or was your confidence always there?
You know what it is? After you miss 2 in a row, it becomes like you become not angry, but you become determined and stubborn. That's one of the things that I always say, and I'm sure everybody can relate to this. The things that make you good at something are also some of the things that kind of hurt you. So I was very stubborn. So I needed to keep shooting to make the next one, because I could not finish the game, or even when I was working out, finish the workout on a miss. So if I missed 2 in a row, I had to shoot the next one immediately so that I could make it. I had to make it and kind of clear my mind of missing 2 in a row. But so that was the mentality. You just got to keep shooting because you don't want to ever end on a miss.
You ever have a night where you're missing, or you can be hitting, and a teammate goes, "Yo, Pat, chill, dude. Like, don't shoot every time you get the ball."
Yeah. Kareem Reed used to tell me that all the time. little point guard from the Bronx, and he would give me the look. He would yell. He would say anything to me. We had that kind of relationship where we cuss each other out. But he got his point across, and he was right most of the time. He was right when I would just catch it. I was almost like I was not even thinking. It was just like a reactionary thing. I'd just catch it and shoot it. And everybody be looking like, can we just at least try to run a play before you jack it up? Like, okay, end the shot clock. When we don't have a shot, maybe jack it up, but just let us run a play first and see if we can get an easy bucket.
Funny, Eddie?
Yeah, Pat. So like these early season games, where you have LSU playing Pecan Valley and, they score 110, is it an accolade for these teams to score over 100? Because as a fan, you're like, come on, let's go, lay it on them.
Oh, there's no doubt. These are the games where you can pad your stats, especially early on in the season, because you have opening night, you get 20. Now that establishes you to have, build up on, next game maybe get 17 and then 15. Now your point per game average is high, and the ability to put up numbers. And the other thing too with scheduling, the teams you're talking about, it's about building the confidence for the team. Obviously, I think for the fans. And then the coaches want to get as many W's under their belt to start the season as possible, especially opening night. I mean, that's just important for the fan base and the coaches. And so, yeah, they want to run it up as much as they can, because even the guys on the bench, you don't know when your next opportunity is going to come to get in a game and score.
All right, 2 final questions. 1, Arkansas, you mentioned them, obviously. Massive fan, both of us. It's got to be tough to be an analyst and just analyze without your heart. So analyze without your heart this year's Arkansas Razorbacks.
I would say that they are it's a whole new team. So the challenge is going to be, and Coach Musselman is he deals a lot with the transfer portal. So the challenge is going to be figuring out which 8-9 guys that you're going to settle on. And one of the things that they don't have is I would say a true post presence. They've got 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", but they don't have like a back to the basket, throw it in the post kind of guy, which is fine, because what they have is a collection of perimeter guys who can attack the basket, motion offense. Guys dribble drive, either they finish at the rim, dribble drive, draw the defense in, kick out for a 3. That's what they have. But their strength is the perimeter in the backcourt rather than that big traditional big guy. Now, with that being said, I don't know if you got, they played Purdue. Arkansas played Purdue in an exhibition game, and they played against Purdue's 7'4" National Player of the Year, Zach Edey. And so they were able to, no one's going to stop this guy. He's a mountain of a man. But they were able to at least battle with him. So they've got enough length and strength and athleticism to battle in the paint. So I would say that would probably be the biggest thing, is that interior, whether it be protecting the rim or finishing at the rim. But they play with great energy, great effort. Coach Muss has great perimeter guys, great length. And one thing that they improved from last season, and Coach Muss wanted to, he wanted to recruit shooting. They got much better shooters this year. There's 5-6 guys that can knock down threes this year, which hasn't been the case for the last couple seasons.
Can you still fill it up?
That's all I can do. I can't run. I can't jump. I just sit there. I just sit there like this. I try to make about 125 a day still.
Wow. Where are you going to shoot every day?
Well, that's a big controversy, Bobby, because one of the gyms that I went to, we had 2 full court basketball courts, 2 full courts. So there was always a net to shoot at. And then I come in one time, and they made one of them a pickleball court.
Oh,
I go, what how are you going to take away my basketball court for a pickleball court? So now there's you can't get an empty hoop nowadays. So sometimes I'll go down to the park, go down to the blacktop, old school style. Sometimes I'll find a gym where I can get in, I used to sneak into the gym. I'm a master of sneaking into all kinds of arenas. There's one thing I know how to get into: a locked arena, a locked basketball arena to shoot around. That's one of my skills.
Do you ever run fives at all now?
No. Last time I did, I busted my knee. You know, I got a cut on my head. It just isn't worth it anymore.
Man, that would be so fun to watch. Like Pat just not even say he played ball ever. He's like, yeah, you guys mind if I hop in? And then just, how tall are you? Pat, how tall are you?
6'2".
So he's not so tall that you would go, this guy for sure played at an elite level, and then just watch him just bucket after bucket.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Unless he can't run, and then I'm like, oh, why did I come? He can't even run. Okay, so you guys follow Pat on Twitter and Instagram at Pat Bradley22. SEC Network does a great job in studio and even calling games. Love to hear when you're doing the play by the color on the games too, Pat. So
yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's all about having fun, entertaining, and informing.
Appreciate you, buddy, and we will talk to you soon.
All right, thank you, Bobby.
All right, see you, Pat. It's time for the weekend review. All right, let's do football. Well, it's not the review. I guess it's the preview. Yeah.
Preview.
All right, it's time for the weekend preview. Michigan at Penn State. I want Michigan to win.
Because of the drama.
Yeah.
I get
Because
it.
if they lose, it's not as fun. If they're not in the mix for a national championship, the story is not as fun. And the longer the story goes, the more I'm like, that dude's awesome. He is like loyal.
He is loyal.
That canary ain't going to sing. Like, you have to respect it. Like, they were cheating, sure. And people are like, I've seen a couple different guys go, it's always been a thing. Everyone should just relax. I agree, but you got caught. You just can't get caught. If they don't have proof, you'd be like, we're not cheating. Just don't get caught.
It's always been a thing. Like, teams have always sent a dude to wear.
I don't know about how
that's
the
crazy.
Specifics.
Yes, but everyone's always like, people have always stole signs since
Sure.
the history of time. But yeah, probably from watching game tape or being on the sidelines, but not sending a guy that was in the military
spy
that had a 600-page manifesto. Michigan at Penn State. I got Michigan winning, Eddie.
I mean, here's the thing. Penn State doesn't care about the drama. Penn State doesn't want Michigan to win. Penn State's going to play, and Penn State's good, dude. Penn State's good, and I think it's going to be a real close game that I think Penn State could win.
No, we don't
What
do
does that
coulds.
mean, though?
Is going to win. Is going to win.
Oh.
Okay.
Is going to win.
Kevin?
But to be fair, I don't think I've seen one Michigan game this year.
Well, they haven't played anybody. They had the 111th easiest schedule.
Yeah.
No, hardest schedule. But now from the rest of the year out, they have the number one hardest schedule.
Well, that would probably be why I don't watch a lot of their games.
Yeah.
I'm still taking Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan, Penn State. Okay. Alabama at Kentucky. I'm taking Alabama to win the whole championship.
All of it? You're
I've been
calling it?
saying it all year. Don't count them out. Hey, like Eddie says, they could win.
Yeah.
Because then when they don't, you'd be like, well, I never said they would.
Yeah, exactly.
You got me.
Dude, Milroe, he's playing out of his mind. And that was what the weak link was. At least it felt that way when he got benched.
Mm-hmm.
So Alabama will beat Kentucky. Alabama will beat Georgia in the SEC championship.
Ooh.
Alabama will win the national championship.
Ooh, against Michigan?
Oh, man, that'd be awesome.
You think he'd be in there somewhere, like, sneaking in?
No,
Stallions,
he's done sneaking in.
No,
I'm just
he
saying,
puts on
dude.
like a mustache.
Yeah.
And glasses.
No,
come on,
If
he's
Michigan's in the national championship, he has to go to the game.
Yeah, he's ex-Marine. He can sneak in there.
Okay.
That's your love.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Yeah. Alabama. Anybody have Kentucky winning?
No.
Miami at Florida State. Florida State's number 4 ranked team in the country. They're a 14-point favorite. Boy, Miami, we really thought they were going to be something for a minute this year, didn't we? Like, they had a little hope.
A little sliver.
They had a little hope. They don't anymore.
No.
Florida State wins that one. Utah at Washington.
Oh, you called this one earlier.
Yeah, but I just think Washington runs and runs hard. I don't even think it's a hiccup game. I think it's probably they'll be too focused that they'll just beat the crap out of them.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think Washington probably runs. Tennessee and Missouri.
Ooh, what a good game.
So, and it's supposed to be. It's only it's Tennessee -1. It's basically a pick 'em. So Tennessee -1. I'm going Tennessee. I think Tennessee really sticks it in them.
It's funny whenever you see a line like that that's so close, and you think like, well, no, Tennessee's a way better team than Missouri. You got to second guess it. You got to be like, there's a reason why that line is that close. Tennessee wins it, though.
Yeah, I'm going Tennessee.
You have to because you're a fake fan.
Yeah.
In a good
well,
way.
I got the hat on today. So.
Exactly. Like you're
This
a fan,
guy,
but
man.
you're a new fan, and you're not like a diehard, lifelong fan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a positive fake fan.
I've never been that guy, by the way, and I'm very like self-conscious about it.
But you're being that guy.
No, he's
But
not. I would say it's only because it's a local team, and he's going because it's in proximity, and it's okay to be a proximity fan.
What did you wear when you went to the Bama game?
Tennessee stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, proximity fans are okay.
Okay.
As long as you don't claim you've always been a lifelong fan. If someone were to say, who's your NFL team? I would go, I don't really have one, but I guess if I had to pick, it'd be the Titans because I live here and I know people associated with it. So I guess I'm just a Titans fan. But that's only because I live here, proximity.
Yeah. So Eddie gives me crap for being a Boston fan from California, and then I finally pick a local team, and he still gives me crap for it.
I don't care where your fandom is. Me being a diehard Chicago Cubs fan, my whole life, I'd watch 110 games of the 162. But I had access to them, meaning they were on WGN.
We all did.
My
during the day.
stepdad was a huge fan. My grandpa, his dad was a huge fan. So it was kind of passed to me. But that's my lifelong fandom. It's not fake. It's probably harder to have that when you don't live close. It's easier to have the proximity fandom. But you can have both, but the proximity it's not up there with true. You're a diehard Boston everything, which is weird.
That's since day one.
But did you ever live in Boston?
No.
And why?
My dad from Rhode Island.
Okay, so your dad gave it to you.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Perfect. Makes sense.
Yes.
Eddie is a loser for harassing you.
Thank you.
What do you mean? Like this week, he's going to wear a Cowboys shirt to the Cowboys
But that's okay.
game.
He's going to a Cowboys game where we are being hosted by the people that run the Cowboys.
Correct, but I do have a vision of him changing teams after the game.
Oh,
I believe he's going to have so much fun at this game, and he's going to have a blast that in a few weeks, he's just going to be watching more Cowboys games,
But that's
more
okay.
Cowboys games,
He's never
and
going to
then
be a lifelong Cowboys fan.
Wait.
He can be a Cowboys fan through proximity of his friend who's a Cowboys fan.
That's you,
And
right?
Be like you.
Oh.
Be like a secondhand smoke Cowboys fan.
I will never be a Cowboys fan.
at that point, you're just a fan of every team.
I'll root for him this Sunday for sure.
Yeah.
I root for them.
Yeah.
But I'm not a diehard fan.
Yeah, I don't not like the Cowboys. I don't hate the Cowboys or anything.
Tell Bobby what you're doing.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
With the shirt?
Yeah.
So I asked Eddie for a sweatshirt. I said, hey, do you have a sweatshirt? Because he gave me a shirt. And I was like, but do you have a sweatshirt? And he's like, why? I already gave you a shirt. He said, because underneath the sweatshirt, I'm going to put on a Patriot shirt. Just so my loyalty stays true.
So you don't feel gross.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So I
did
still
that.
have my fandom on. And then I can put the Cowboys over that.
Don't you have a tattoo?
I do, yeah. So
Oh,
I guess
you better cover that up.
You're not claiming to go out looking for a new team that you're a diehard fan of. You're going to support a team that's having you. That's nice. We wear freaking BYU jerseys when we go to BYU. I'm not a BYU fan. I like them now more. I root for them. But I'm a Razorback fan.
I didn't realize, but the other day I was wearing a BYU hat, a South Carolina shorts, and a Vandy shirt, and like somebody called me out. I'm like,
Hey,
oh, my bad.
You're a mutt.
My bad.
Ole Miss at Georgia. I would
Georgia.
I would bet Ole Miss covers, but I don't think they're going to win. And this isn't the cover segment.
What's the line?
10.5.
Oh yeah, I like that.
They're at Georgia, but I think Georgia wins, but Ole Miss covers. Michigan State at Ohio State, that'll be a bloodbath. Michigan State sucks. I wonder if Michigan State ends up hiring. Because you know who they're talking about hiring.
Leipold, right? Is it Kansas?
Oh, I was
Urban.
Yeah, Urban Meyer.
Yeah, I did see that
coming back?
a while ago.
Well, it's just been like the big rumor.
But they interviewed the Kansas head coach this week.
Which will be a great hire.
Yes.
Yeah. Texas at TCU. Let's go TCU.
Yes, we need that.
I know.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be really cool.
Because we're going to TCU.
Yes.
That's why. And
Next
also,
week.
it'd be hilarious.
Not for Mike. Sorry, Mike.
Hook 'em.
Yeah, true.
Mike, did you go to Texas?
My wife did. I aspired to go to Texas, but I couldn't afford it.
Yeah, I wasn't accepted there. So
But it's okay. He lived in Texas. I didn't go to Arkansas. I
no,
couldn't.
it was just a question.
But I mean, now I
Yo.
have. No, you're so judgmental. You've been judgmental with everybody in this freaking room.
I lived
don't
in
know,
Austin.
I don't know what's crawled into your butthole, but it is not fun. You're not fun today because you're giving everybody a hard time.
I was asking him a question.
My first paid radio gig was running Longhorns games.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, that's cool.
USC at Oregon. I just wouldn't be surprised if USC. I think USC covers. It's minus 15. Oregon minus 15.
Quack quack.
I think US. Here's the thing about USC. They've either given up or they have a new defensive coordinator, kind of interim. The old guy's gone. But also, if they really care, I think they can still beat anybody. It's just, do they care?
Yeah.
So I would take USC and 15 points.
Does Caleb cry again or no?
I think he's done crying.
I don't know.
He's
man.
done crying, man.
There was one person who, I saw the story. I sent it to Mike last night. It reminded me of Eddie because he bet a 20-leg parlay.
Come on, 20 games?
So here we go. His betting slip.
You're going to read all 20 games?
Well, yeah, it's men's college basketball. And so here we go. He had Clemson minus 14 he hit. And he put 60 cents
God, it's beautiful.
on a 20-game parlay to win $248,000.
Oh, come on. Please tell me you hit it.
So here we go. Clemson minus 14. When I read after, it just say 1, then 2. So we
Okay.
can keep track. Clemson minus 14 hit.
1,
South Carolina minus 12.5
2,
hit. UConn minus 24
3,
hit. Tennessee minus 26.5
4,
hit. Purdue minus 19.5
5.
hit.
Hey, real quick, pause. You're on 5. Are you reading the order of the bets?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Not my first rodeo doing broadcasting.
No, I'm just trying to see,
Hey, not my first rodeo.
Hey, what crawled up your butt, man?
Exactly. You did. Did I say Purdue?
No.
Purdue minus 19.5.
6,
Miami minus 23.
7,
Pitt minus 22.5.
8,
Virginia minus 15.5.
9,
Villanova minus 21.
10.
He's hit all of them so far.
Okay.
He's 10 up.
Hits, 10 hits.
10 down,
And it was how many total? 16?
20.
20.
60 cents.
6, that's it.
Okay. Colorado minus 15.
Okay, that's 11,
Hit. Kansas minus 27.
12,
LSU minus 24.5.
13,
Texas A&M minus 21.5.
14,
Texas minus 30.
15.
Hits all of them.
He's at 15.
He's at 15 deep right now.
And I mean, most of these are favorites. These are all minus bets.
Mm-hmm.
Telling you.
Yeah, he bet all favorites
Big
here.
favorites.
Okay, so we're going to go Houston
16,
minus 27 hit. Arkansas minus 24.5.
17. That puckered.
Yeah, because we were watching that.
That
We
was
both bet
puckered
that
on
one,
that one, yeah.
Which I'm not going to count my basketball wins or losses in our betting. I mean, we may do a basketball one later.
Oh, because it's a different sport?
I did win a lot on the Arkansas. I don't want that to make up for the fact that my football betting has really.
Hey, last week was good.
Yeah, I'm climbing back.
Yeah.
But we're not going to count college basketball in this. We may go back and check it, but I hit the Arkansas game big.
Oh, that's nice.
It was nice. But then I lost a bunch. What game did I? Oh, the freaking Baylor. Which we,
Baylor Auburn.
I forgot I lost a bunch there too.
That's a good game.
Man, I went heavy on the Spurs plus 20 live bet, 20.5.
When Wembanyama got shut down?
This was against the Knicks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, we got this, baby. I put $40 on
Yeah.
it. We got this. They lost by 21. Keep going.
That sucks. Alabama minus 22.
That's 18.
That's
Or 17.
17.
Okay.
Hit. Arizona minus 28.
18.
Hit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
San Diego State minus 14.5.
Oh my gosh. Cash out. Cash out.
I didn't say hit 19 yet. Hit.
Oh my god. Cash out. Dude, I'm freaking out for this guy right now.
He put 60 cents.
Yes.
On a 20-leg parlay. We're 19 in. He's hit every one of them so far.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
The payout's $248,000.
Oh my god.
The next game he had was North Carolina. They won pretty handily. The spread was 17.5. North Carolina won by 16. He lost.
Dude, that's crazy.
He didn't cash out.
He didn't cash out. Reed and I were just talking about this.
You don't even have to cash out. You can actually, well,
Hedge?
yeah.
60 cents though. Like, what are you hedging?
No, it's not the 60 cents.
Okay,
You're hedging
okay.
the money that you might lose if you lose it all.
Which
is basically
the
the same
60
thing.
cents?
No. Which is what the payout would be.
Uh-huh.
But you could even hedge the hedge.
Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So let's say the payout is $142,000. Now that's a lot of money you got to go get somehow and bet
Yeah,
it.
you're calling everyone.
But you could bet 20 grand on the opposite, and then worst case, you only win 20 grand. And then you when you lose the 140, but you bet 20 grand on the opposite result that was up against.
You understand, Kevin?
Nope.
Okay, it don't matter.
It's insurance on
like
your bet.
It's like a light sprinkle insurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a half hedge on a hedge.
But you need a buttload of cash.
So that
Because you only had 60 cents to start with.
True. You know that was the last 60 cents in his account. He's like, why not?
it was just in his account left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Well,
Yeah.
what I do is I always like, if I have change, like say I have like $14.72, I'll do a 72-cent
Yeah.
bet.
so it's even. So it's-
Exactly.
yeah. NFL games. Let's pick our winners here. Panthers at Bears.
Panthers. Win number 2 of the year.
This is loading up today, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this will be tonight. I'm gonna go Bears.
Bears.
Wow, guys.
Do you guys want to do whomever finishes the worst has to pay $10? Not 3 of us. There's not a winner.
Gosh.
It's just the worst.
Dude, you're milking me of $10 bills. Like,
Well, we still have to do that too.
Does this contribute to the promises or no?
Promises.
oh boy.
So $20 total, you're saying, this week.
If we lose,
Whoever finishes worst in this of us 4
Okay.
has to pay an extra $10.
Okay,
let's
out of
go.
these pick'ems?
Yeah.
Okay, just NFL?
Yeah.
all right, don't be cute.
Panthers at Bears. Bears.
Bears.
Panthers.
I'll go Panthers.
Oh boy, Reed.
Are you keeping up with this, Kevin?
He is now.
You can always go back and
Yeah.
track it.
Yeah.
Colts, Patriots in Germany. I'm gonna go Colts.
I'm gonna go Patriots based on vicinity. Shorter trip for them.
Patriots.
I'll go Colts.
Texans, Bengals.
Bengals.
I'll go Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals. Saints, Vikings.
Vikings.
I'm going Saints.
Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Saints.
Packers, Steelers.
Ugh.
Packers. Jordan Love.
Steelers. That defense is going to give them a long day.
Steelers.
Steelers.
I'm getting cute.
Titans, Bucks. Reed.
I'm gonna go Bucks.
Eddie.
Titans.
Titans.
He's a fan.
Titans.
Oh, we got that. We got that.
49ers, Jaguars.
Ooh.
Kevin.
Niners.
Jaguars.
You got cute.
Reed.
I'm gonna go 49ers.
Niners.
Browns, Ravens. Eddie.
Ravens.
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 Mm-hmm. Ravens.
You know what that means?
Falcons at Cardinals.
Oh, Falcons.
Reed.
I'm gonna go Falcons.
Falcons, but I think Kyler might be playing.
Oh,
I'm still going Falcons.
Then give me Falcons.
Cardinals.
Ooh.
You got cute.
Lions, Chargers. Reed.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
Lions.
Lions.
Chargers. Giants, Cowboys.
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 Them boys.
Commanders, Seahawks.
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 Hawks.
Seahawks.
Hawks.
Jets and Raiders. Read your first.
Oh, I'm gonna go Raiders.
I'll go second. Jets.
Thank you.
I'm trying to give everybody equal first, second, third, fourth, and not put anybody up
Sure.
early.
I'll go Raiders.
I'll go Jets.
As a coin flip. I'll go Jets.
Broncos, Bills.
Bills.
The Bills.
Bales.
Bills. All right, cool. Bills. All
We
right.
done?
Yeah, we're done. Good luck keeping track of that. Will you send that? Tannehill is going to be starting quarterback now. From now on, they said that too. They
Levis.
announced him. I mean, sorry, Tannehill's the
Okay,
bench.
I was going to
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
like,
Sorry,
let me
sorry,
make
sorry.
my... Okay.
Tannehill's on the bench. Levis is starting quarterback.
I was
Thank you.
going to change my pick.
Okay. Good job, everybody.
Good job on you.
All right, time for the end of the show. This is what I have here. Eddie, we're going to TCU
Yes, the Horny Toads.
on early next week. And I have our gear from Charlie Hustle.
Nice.
Man, it's such good stuff they have.
Yeah, they didn't even pay us to say this, but yeah.
No, I'm not saying it because of
Cut
that.
this clip for me, Reed.
It's really
I did.
good.
I'm cutting it.
They do have good stuff.
Charlie Hustle has sent us our TCU gear, and they have, a bunch of teams that they have licenses with, and a lot of their stuff is like retro old. And
Yeah, that's what I
what's
like about it.
Some of the stuff's obviously new, but like you had a BYU shirt that was like national champions 1984 or something
So
like
cool.
that. It was-
Yeah.
They do a lot of cool stuff. So you guys check out. What is the website where we put our stuff? CharlieHustle.com/BobbyBones.
Yep, that's it.
So they have a lot of teams, but the teams that we go to and a lot of the college stuff is up there. CharlieHustle.com/BobbyBones.
Do they do NFL teams as well?
They have the Chiefs.
That's it? Because I'm looking for a good Cowboy shirt.
I don't know if they have license deal with the Cowboys.
Okay, I'll check.
I hope you guys have a great weekend. Eddie, grab some of this stuff. We
I
can
will.
work for our
Thank
thing.
you, man.
And then, I don't know, you guys, I hope you all miss all your NFL games unless I picked them with you. Go Arkansas beat Auburn. And I don't know.
Promises.
Oh, our promises.
Let me get it.
Come on.
Also, Bobby, I was going to tell you last night. Sucks. I am the king of not cashing out.
No. Say what you said. I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Why'd you
I
not
am an
cash out?
idiot. I placed a $50 bet on a 3-leg parlay, these no-name college teams, and my cash out was $1,100, and I didn't cash out.
Oh my God.
I didn't cash
It was a 3 game and you got to 1,100?
He had like
Yeah, the
underdog
two
money
underdogs?
lines.
Yeah, 2 underdogs, and they ended up smoking the other team. One of them was a plus 1,800. and they
Oh
ended
my
up smoking,
God.
And I didn't cash out.
You lose by one bet lose?
Yeah, it was like a
spread bet.
minus 120 was the odds, and it lost. They were supposed to win by 18, and they won by 14, I think.
Did I tell you that
I won a football game last night. I bet like $900 on a football game.
on a college
Like a Mac
football game?
action?
Yeah, I like the
Toledo?
Maction. I like the Mac.
Maction?
Yeah. What, Eddie?
Me, Reed, and Kevin did $5 each. And we did how many games?
12.
12 games, and we missed 2
Oh,
out of the 12. That was to win like 45,000.
God, that was awesome.
Oh my gosh, I thought we were gonna win it.
I bet $938 on the Bowling Green Kent State game last night.
Oh, great game, man! Great game.
Well, no. Before you start going, I can't believe you did that. Bowling Green was minus 380, big favorite, and I bet $938 on the Bowling Green money line, and so I won like $200.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so it wasn't.
okay. That's safe-ish.
You had one of those last weekend too.
Yeah, if I've seen a team and they're also getting great, and I'm like they're good and they're huge odds, I'll bet them.
You watched Bowling Green before?
Yeah, because
It's one of those nights.
Not that I got confused. Western Kentucky's in Bowling Green,
Yeah,
but Bowling Green is not in Bowling Green.
correct.
It was one of those things.
You got it.
Earlier in the year. So yeah, I did that. But I have. Let me find it here. Open. Oh, we need to do our promises.
Yeah.
Don't forget, I have a Eagles Super Bowl championship where I bet $350 for $3,100, and they're now giving me a cash out over my ticket price for the
Take
first
it.
time.
Take it.
No, it's $356.
Take it.
I bet $350.
No.
I do have
No what?
the Baltimore Ravens. I have Baltimore Ravens future $250 for $3,700.
Leave that one in there. That's a good one.
I can make a little money on that one now, but only
What
like
if they
seven.
play each other?
Then
That
you're
would be
good.
awesome.
You're Win-win.
I have the Cowboys, but that's not doing great. And then we have the Saints as a morning show. There 12 of us put in $50, so we put in $600. If we hit that one, it's $18,600.
Oh, we're done.
I'm quitting.
But the thing is, they might win their division. Just get in the dance. Get in the dance.
Yeah, because the dance is easy.
Get in the dance. Okay.
Once you're in the dance, you can tango, right?
That's right. Do your promises. Reed.
I'm going to go Cowboys minus 16.5. It's going to be tough, but I want that game to be
Oh,
fun when we go. And so I'm going to be rooting for them real hard.
Did we add a half to that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, no.
Eddie.
Man, Bones, I don't know. Reed's an idiot. I don't want to follow
on,
that.
man.
So I'm going to go the same.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys minus
I can't
16
believe
and a
you
half.
didn't cash out on $1,100, Reed. What was the?
I know.
What was the payout if you would have hit?
2,700. Which the
Yeah,
only
that-
reason I didn't is because I kept waiting. It went to
Called greed.
It went to 1,200, and then it went to like 900, and then I was like, okay, as soon as it gets back up to 1,200, I'm gonna cash out, and then it gets to 1,100.
Whenever that happens, just cash out immediately.
I
Whenever you're
know.
making deals.
I know, and then it suspended, and then I was screwed because then I couldn't cash out regardless. And I was like,
Oh man.
It's terrible.
sucks.
Kevin.
My promise, my team, my number one team, big
Yeah!
fan. Let's go Tennessee.
Cowboys,
Go Vols. Go Vols -1 at Mizzou.
1.5. It just flipped.
Oh,
You still
still
want it?
go Vols.
Balls minus 1.5.
-1.5.
And I am going to go with our boys from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Nice.
They are I believe 5 point. Let me make sure. Yeah, they are -5 at home against Wyoming. And I'm taking UNLV,
Cool.
Wyoming.
Let's go.
That's it.
I like it.
Thank you. We're done. Hope you guys have. We forget anything?
No, you're not falling asleep again, are you?
No, my head hurts though. And I got a meeting and then I got to work out. I just don't feel good. Eddie, do you want to blow the whistle?
Oh, you know I do.
I remembered it this time.
Ready?
Thank you. Everybody be safe out there. Tell somebody you love them.
Oh.
Do a kind gesture.
And cash out when you can.
And cash out when you can.
That's great advice, Reed.
Thank you, guys. Bye, everybody.